only. Please stand by.
Wow. Name that character. Name that evil laugh for that character. This is the only time I'll be able to hop on a Tuesday stream for the next few weeks or months. Today's gotta feel like a fucking, like the, like Geotree's most special moment in his life. Rarest thing anyway, hello there and welcome back. My name is Paul, aka Modus. As always, I hope you had an amazing weekend. We're back. Today is Mario Day, which means we're gonna work on Meganova. I name it Emolga. Yes. Tuesday Tunes, aka Emolga. Sorry, I forgot the poll. It's just that I just got home like half an hour ago. Had to go somewhere, had an appointment. And yeah, it's just I came back half an hour ago and I was like, quick! Get the whole thing running! Does this mean that Mario has connection to Meganova? No. But what if? Mario is an eco. Mario is in the Epstein files. Meganova releases in October 2026. That's oddly specific. You seem to have gotten ahead of me, even. Because I don't even know when Meganova is gonna drop. I just know it's gonna be this year. After post-NYP sometime. Just, it seems you've pinned it. It seems you have more access to my schedule than I do. Which is crazy. Woke up just in time for Pablo's stream. This just in. Llovió. Sleep siesta. Because next Mario game releases in October 2026. I have the high ground. Wait, what's the next Mario game? Like, did they announce that? Next Mario game. It's gonna be Switch 2 exclusive. Like, for sure. 3D Mario... No, it hasn't been announced. So... Maybe Odyssey 2. It's just who cares really? Like if it's gonna be for Switch 2, unless the Switch 2 gets modded, I don't really have much of an interest in it anymore. Like I used to have interest. I used to like be tempted to get one when they first revealed it. Then they announced the price, and then the rumors started to emerge that it probably wouldn't get modded anytime soon. So it's like, okay, well, there goes that. I'll just keep shiny hunting on my Switch 1 with Legend ZA. It's literally the I have found the perfect activity for the longer bathroom breaks. You know, when you just gotta and you spend like maybe half an hour in there. The perfect activity is to just reset loop until you find a shiny mon. Chances are you'll walk out of that bathroom with one more shiny mon on your team. It's the perfect bathroom activity. Hi Chris, greetings Modus. The M is not capital, by the way. The Astral Realm Guard, take him. Astral Security, take him. He set Modus with the capital M. So yeah, we're going to be working on Mega Nova. We have two main objectives for today. One is to bridge the end of the first drop with the start of the breakdown. So that those 4 bars of impact cooldown thing that goes into the na 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 na, right? We're going to do that. And then when we finish that, if and when we finish that today, I mean, we got 3 hours. Jesus Christ. Like we better. We better. We're gonna see if we can finish the breakdown with that end of phrase that I always sing, but then never happens because I never get to it. But now we've got to it. So yeah, we finally got to it. Is the Astral Realm canon to the NYP universe? Yes. It like literally appears in NYP 9. In Near Protocol 9, the entire plot of Near Protocol 9 is the humans fight the protocol, right? The humans, the creator, and the gatekeeper, they form an alliance. They fight against the protocol here, right? And to get the upper hand on the protocol and defeat it once and for all, they have to sacrifice their superluminal ship. They sacrifice it, and that explosion like generates so much energy that it warps them straight to the Astral Realm, which is otherwise completely inaccessible. So yeah, like the Astral Realm, like have you guys played Star Wars Jedi Survivor? Like Tanalorr, the like final planet. How it's like so hard to get in because it's like past it's past this like galactic cloud like storm thing that is like a space Bermuda Triangle basically. Well, the Astral Realm is basically that, right? It's like past the like astral Bermuda Triangle of the NYP universe. Like you gotta like really work for it to get to the Astral Realm, right? So the Astral Realm, because in the original EP in 2021, the lore was that the Astral Realm is the only place where evil cannot exist or evil cannot proliferate, right? So that's the only place where the protocol cannot attack the humans. Right? It cannot regenerate. It cannot attack. It's like defenseless. It's the only place in the entire known multiverse where the protocol is defenseless. Right? So that's the plan of the humans, right? But they have to sacrifice the superluminal ship, effectively, meaning that wherever they are, they won't be able to return. Then again, there is nowhere to return because they literally leave their universe for a like brand new one. But yeah, and that's where I go for saying Modus. Yes, but the Astral Realm has a little like dark side to it. It's called the Brett Realm. And that's where we once sent Yo-Yo. We sent him to the astral realm, and he spent 3,000 eternities in the Brett realm, and now he's back for revenge. and Kestis just goes, fuck it, we've all, yeah. Plot armor, be like. So yeah, like the astral realm is basically the Tana lore of Jedi Survivor, of the New Empirical series rather. Oh, fun fact, New Empirical 10 as of March 20th is officially a Xenoblade X reference. What? I'm gonna need you to elaborate on that. Sorry, I'm not big on the Xenoblade lore. You're gonna have to elaborate. No, I lost my fucking membership, damn it. Damn. Woo. Sometimes I get a little emotional. No return. Someone has done their homework. Exactly. No return. There you go. It's all connected. It's all connected. Because doesn't the protocol's health bar regen whenever they're in the astral realm? No. At the end of NYP9, the protocol tries to regenerate, and then if you look closely, right after it tries to regen, the entire the health bar goes off screen, and then it immediately goes back down to 0, right? And then it says something like astral realm detected, and like it cannot proceed and it cannot regenerate, right? So yeah, this shot is gonna return me by my virginity at this point. I love the nerdiness. I wish I could, but I would completely spoil the ending of a definitive edition, and that is just something I cannot do. But it's not a spoiler if I never play that game in the first place. Like it's just like, tell me, how similar to the Tales of games is Xenoblade X? Because I played both Tales of Zestiria and Tales of Berseria back in the day, and they looked pretty similar to Xenoblade, where it's like, yeah, it's like somewhat open world, but the combat is like turn-based, but also not. It's like this weird like hybrid of real time, but also turn-based. It's kind of like, what was it, Final Fantasy 15 that had this? Or like Final Fantasy 7, like the remake that had this hybrid system? This is so cryptic. There's no way I could have gotten that on my first watch of NYP. But when you watch the full film, that is made a little bit easier because now there's a narrator. So if you watch the full film and you pay attention to Rachel, the narrator, I gave her dialogue so that she actually explains a little bit more what's going to happen in YP9. There might be a similarity with Tales of Zestiria and Berseria, but I think it ends here. Uh-huh. But what about the chat? What do you mean? Oh, the chat? Pfft. Chat. Fuck that. They can, like, if they can stop watching this stream if they want. I can't just stop streaming. Huh? The balls on your court, people. I guess the main characters of Xillia share something in common with the main characters of Xenoblade 2. Huh. But like, it's not really about the like characters. I'm talking like gameplay wise. The like gameplay loop of the Tales of games, or at least those Tales of games that I played back in the day, seemed pretty similar to Xenoblade. And like, trust me, I tried to get into Xenoblade on the Switch back in the day. I just, maybe it's gonna be like a Bayonetta 1 moment where when I first tried Bayonetta 1, I was just not inclined. I was just not on it, and I couldn't get like it. Well, it's not that I couldn't get. It's just that I didn't really find the enjoyment in the first few levels, so I stopped playing. But then a few months later, I decided to give it another shot, and then I was fucking hooked. I played all three like back to back, It was madness. It was mad. Very, very few times have I been so hooked with a game series. Bayonetta was just... But then again, that was only the second time that I got into it. Maybe Xenoblade is going to be like that. I don't know. But it's just not now. I guess the mechanics of special attacks is kind of similar, though you can't dodge in Xenoblade. I see, I see. Well, you tell me in DMs then. Because, like, now that you've stated it, you can't not tell me now. Like, I have to know now. Now, like, you've put it out there, now I need to know. Okay? I'm not sure if FL Studio is great with video syncing. It depends. So, with video syncing as in, so FL Studio has a plugin called 3D Video Player. And you can play a video alongside the start of the like timeline. So when the timeline starts at 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, the video starts playing, right? So you can use it to sync up things. And it has been mostly pretty good, right? Maybe it's not as tech sharp as Cubase's one, because like Cubase, it's just reacts instantaneously, like frame by frame. Whereas with FL, like maybe you gotta wait a little bit for the video to like catch up. Like say when you jump across in the timeline, maybe you have to wait a little bit for it to like catch up. But maybe they figured it out. I don't know. It's just last time I used the 3D Video Player for anything was quite a long time ago. Was for this like pilot project that I helped an animation school with. To do the whole like sound post production for a like pilot trailer of a hypothetical animated series that was like their final assignment, right? Tell us all, cause now I'm hooked. Now you gotta tell chat. What about the if I can't rule, no one can thing with the protocol health plan? Yeah, the protocol tries to fight back, but then the astral realm basically like catches up to him, and it's like, hey, dude, you don't get to ball here, bro. Right? So the protocol tries, and it's like super arrogant about it. If I can't rule, no one can, right? And then the astral realm catches up to it, right? So it's just, hey, bro, no. I'm gonna have to stop you right there. I'm gonna stop you right there. Okay, let's just get to Mega Nova, shall we? Cause this, yeah, we could yap here about NYP for ages. How about we save that for the Friday stream? Unless you got like chat, convene. The chat has convened. Do you guys want to keep yapping, or do you want to Mega Nova like crazy? I'm just saying. I'm asking you. The power of the people. This is democracy. Okay? It's crazy how we have more democracy here than in certain parts of the world. Than in certain countries. This will surely help the 5-year anniversary of NYP 10, where Skrillex goes into extreme detail about NYP lore for 7 hours straight. Skrillex be like, I have read every piece of lore there is. he's gonna be like Mike Ross, like the Suits guy. Just recite to me any passage from the NYP series, and I'll recite it back to you, and I'll like elaborate on it for you. It was Mike Ross, right? Like, cause Harvey Specter was the other one, the like boss, or the like kid, the you know. So like Mike Ross is Harvey's protege, right? What quarter of 2026 are you putting out new music, bro? This month, bro. It's just, I just haven't started teasing it yet. But we're gonna start this month, bro. You've been living under a rock, bro. You've been living under a rock. There's a yoy for you. Okay, anyway, Mega Nova time. Alright, the chat wants to Mega Nova, huh? Alright, welcome to Tuesday Tunes with me, Paul A.K. Modus. Without any further ado, let's get right into it. FL cometh before me. Ooh, look at this beautiful project. It's so full, it's so populated. It's growing beyond my wildest dreams. No, for real, like this is probably the most technically involved demo track of all the 3 packs yet, because I wanted to go in a lot of different directions for this. Like the other 3 demos were like pretty abridged in and like pretty narrow in their scope, and also they were made when the pack was closer to completion. But now we're doing this thing where we are developing the pack as we're working on the song, which is turning out to be pretty fun, right? Rookie number, small project file, start over. Okay, Mr. 244 mixer tracks is what I've got so far. 90 of which are probably not being used in this arrangement because they're in the like recording like playground thing. And then I have the sound design playground, and then I have the other things. This is crazy. I have so many arrangements here, and then there's the song. 2 unoptimized, 210, 2 out of 10 FLP crash my PC. Hey guys, I literally found a while back. I've told you about this a couple times, but for those of you who don't know, I have literally found a silver bullet fix for a lot of FL crashes. Like once you do this, your FL becomes way more rock solid. Okay? You have to be on Windows for this. I don't know if Mac has this problem to begin with, and if it does, whether there's a fix. But on Windows, you go to the registry editor, to regedit, regedit, right? And there's this directory. If it wants to open, yeah, there it is. H key local machine, and then you go to software, Microsoft, Windows NT, current version, Windows. Okay? Then there's a dword value that's called user post message limit. By default, it's going to be at 10,000 decimal value. Okay? So when you switch it to decimal value, by default, it's going to be at around 10,000. Increase that value significantly, okay? Right now, I have it set to 80,000. Some people on the FL forums have been saying to like increase it to 100,000. I haven't found that to be necessary yet, but 80,000. You guys remember where we had these things on stream where whenever the project crashed, I had to load it at least a couple times because the first time almost always like turned out half-assed. Some of the samples wouldn't load, the shortcuts wouldn't work for some reason, or it would like freeze mid-load. That no longer happens. Every single project loads first time now. And everything loads correctly now, first time. It's crazy. And then the like random crashes that I used to get, where it's like 1 out of there was like any parameter I touched, anything I did, there was like a 1 in 100 chance that it would just freeze, like lock up. And then that was it. And I had to close it. No longer happens. Crazy. Crazy stuff. The only thing that still happens are like plugin crashes. But like FL still remains responsive, so I can hit save on the project and then close the project. But then when I reopen it, it loads perfectly fine. It's crazy. 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 The thing is, the errors and crashes you've had with FL, I've never had. Because you've never had sessions this size, bro. You've never had to use like 20 contacts. I think in this entire 12 years I've been using FL, it's only crashed like 20 times. Yeah, it's just... I'm very ambitious with my use of FL Studio, right? And no matter how much I've tried to optimize and organize it, it still just falls short, right? But I found it. I found my equilibrium. And now we shall Mega Nova together. Get a bird. I literally have the best PC money can buy. I literally bought the beefiest fucking PC I could at the time. It has an i9. It's okay. It's a like $4,000 laptop. Jesus fucking Christ! Stop huffing that copium. Jesus Christ! I've got I've got an i9, 64 gigs of RAM. I've got a 4090 on this fucking thing, and like 2 NVMe's, an external NVMe, and then a hard drive. I've got like 300 like trillion petabytes of storage here. Fucking, what more do you want? I'm so happy with this PC. The only thing I'm mildly concerned about is thermals, but Lenovo has reassured me multiple times that the CPU reaching 90 degrees is completely normal for this PC, which I still kind of disagree with, because like 90 degrees on a CPU is going to degrade it further. But hey, I've done everything I could now. I have undervolted it, I have TDP limited it, I have replaced the liquid metal, as terrifying as that was. That was fucking intense. Replacing the liquid metal with like just making sure that didn't spill onto the rest of the board. That was fucking terrifying. But go gadget Intel Iris X graphics. Me also working on 64 gigs of RAM. CPU reaching 90 degrees is normal, by the way. Only over 92 degrees, and if it stays there constantly for more than an hour, is unhealthy. Yeah, it's just that only really happens when it's like fully pegged at like 100% constantly. So when I'm doing, say, I'm doing 3D rendering, well, not really, because when I'm 3D rendering, it only uses the CPU. So 100% on the CPU on all cores, like constantly for like 3 days straight. But then the GPU is 0 all the time. So it doesn't heat up as much. So it's more like when CPU and GPU have high load, right? Fully pegged. Bro, just don't. No. That's how we say it. It's fully pegged, okay? And then when I'm doing, when I'm done with a VFX composite, I tend to have one last step, which is an AI upscale to 4K, completely locally, okay? And all the work has already been done, so it's fully ethical use of assistive AI. Nothing generative is going on, right? So it's an AI upscale to 4K with film grain. And that process can take several hours depending on how long the video is. So for the new protocol full film, that took about 8 to 9 hours to fully upscale from ultra wide 1080p to 4K. So it took about 8 to 9 hours to upscale that. And during that time, CPU and GPU were both on high load, right? And that got pretty heated. But yeah, 90 degrees on any laptop is normal. It's just that I come from the like PC tower world. Okay, I haven't even been that many years with like laptop as my daily driver, right? I've only been doing that since 2021. Like all my whole life before that, I have had towers as main PCs, and I just can't fathom. Like it just doesn't compute that a CPU can get that hot. But it's just like, man, the level of micromanagement that I have done to this computer is out of this fucking world. This computer is so tuned, is so locked in. Okay, it's a miracle. Okay, the thermals that I can do with this computer with a CPU that like thermals wise out of the box is absolute horseshit. Okay, like this thing idles like out of the box. When I first bought it, the CPU idled at like 70 degrees. Why does Intel put a CPU that can turbo up to 190 watts on a 16-inch chassis that's not that thick? Bro, what the fuck are you thinking? So I I limited the CPU. I capped it to 80 watts, which might sound like a lot, but because of diminishing returns, right? Past 80 watts, you don't really get a whole lot more performance. So I'm working on like 90% of the performance that the CPU has. And then if I need to eke out a little more, then I'll like enable a high power mode for only like a few seconds. And then, and like, that's all tuned. That's all locked in. I have fucking micromanaged this to hell and beyond. And it's great. And I love it. It's just... yeah, 64 gigabytes of RAM is still so not enough for me for After Effects for some reason, because After Effects is rubbish. Okay, it's gonna be rubbish on anything you throw at it. Like After Effects is gonna run out of memory with 4 petabytes of RAM. Okay, because it's just that. Like it's based on like 40-year-old code that they haven't bothered to change. Okay. Premiere is a fucking like crash fest, okay? Just switch to Resolve, Jesus Christ. Just join the dark side. What is the description on this stream? You're gonna find out. All right, it's just go.
Hyper. Ultra.
Been yapping for 30 minutes. Jesus Christ. Oh, it's big. And we're not even done with the mix and master. This is rough right now.
Meet modus.
What does the description say? When they said, ooh, oh, I felt that. Did you feel that? This, right? And this are the targets for today. And then let's play through the second row. Why is there so much sub on that kid?
Faster.
There's so much sub here for some reason. Forget about this. It's gonna change. Just a quick favor. Can you, for the love of God, write down the piano melody with the ooh section so I can finally understand what you want? What do you mean? The piano melody after the... Dun, 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 dum. Okay, so it's. I may have to dial the compressor on the piano back a little bit. It's very cooked. Except I have no. Whoa. Okay, that's the that's the compressor. Jesus Christ. Well, that's one heck of a compressor, huh? Okay. Dum bum. So it's. Mhm. You see that now? Watch Toki detect that 0.1 millisecond dequantization in that one fundamental note that started earlier than the beat. Bro, it's called piano. It's called playing the piano with expression. Okay? I've been a pianist. Like, he's been a drummer, I've been a pianist. Okay? I know my pianos, okay? Leave me alone with my fucking pianos. I also know that this is completely unplayable by one person. You see me, Karen? Bum, bum, bum. Na, na, na. Okay, yeah, let's do. Na, na, na. Why is it so long? Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I think I know what's wrong with this. So much hammer. Does this ever get automated? It doesn't. Okay. So just leave it there then. I think I like that better. Well, that's what I mean. You like it? You're happy now? Now we have more layers to this. What's this? Oh, I see. No. Might just do the sitar. Okay. I was wondering, can the sitar go that low? I like that like secondary texture to it. Now the chance of you forgetting this melody is 0%. It was already 0%. When you hammer that same melody into when you keep singing it to yourself, and it just stays in your brain in a way that I can't really describe. No. I have pizzicato strings in here? Oh, they're also muted. I think it's... Do I have them bounced? No, okay, they're not. Weird. Oh, they're here. Da dun din dun din da 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 dee da dee da dee da. Let's bring these back. Dun 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 dun. Let's see. That one idea you sent me is so fucking catchy. I've been singing it all this time. Which of them? Because have I sent multiple IDs your way? Let me see. Which one? The oh, okay. Just two. The last one I sent you? The one that had the female vocalist in it? Okay. I have catchier ones though. Just saying. I have catchier ones. Just saying. Dun dun ding. Okay. Dun. Oh, the batter cut. Jesus, no! Don't deny me of that. The chorus on that is so beautiful. I have an even more beautiful one. I haven't shown you the one. Oh, bliss. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, beautiful. It's very similar to Temanite's new song, actually. I think if Temanite hears that idea, he'll go nuts. Bro. I can already smell that Temanite collab. Oh, so good. Oh. Man. Okay. Play that back. He already agreed? Did he agree to like a Modus Temenite collab? If so, game fucking on, dude. just maybe wait till after posting my P maybe, because I'm crunching like fucking I'm busting my ass out to get this done in time. You said it on the last Q&A. Cinema. You asked that you were there. Oh yeah, dude, that's right. That's right. Okay, I remember now. Sorry, it's just, you know, when you bust your ass out for weeks on end, you tend to your brain tends to you know it's like have you seen the movie Inside Out? That abyss of memories that are there, but they're like in the forgotten zone where it's you haven't quite forgotten, but it's like so deep into your subconscious that you can't, that like they're not like, they don't immediately come up. Like like it takes a little bit of work. The memory dump, yeah, like it takes a little bit of work to like rescue them, right? Yeah, Tammy and I agreeing to a collab should not be in a forgotten zone. Look, I get collab requests all the time, and my brain is so, I'm not gonna say I'm burned out, because I'm not burned out, but I do want sometime in the near future to just have a week where it's just, I'm gonna hop on voice chat and just play Panzer Dragoon Saga with the server. Like, I want that. I am craving for a week off, but right now it's just not possible, and brain is hardly braining. Okay, I gotta keep my shit together, but I'm not burned out, because if I was burned out, I could not get shit done. Just like how I secured a Cadmium collab and he just decided to take a hiatus. Yeah, bro. Dude, I have 2 pending collabs, or at least like 1 pending collab that is for sure we're gonna do. Danny Demand, I already know that, like, we both already know that we want to collab, and we already have, like, we already know what tune we're gonna do. It just hasn't been made yet. We already know what we want to do. It's just that I've had to put it off for months on end, and I feel so bad for her, because it's just I can't, bro. The day, it doesn't have enough hours, right? And then I also know, for a fact, I want to do Willpower 2. I want to like revisit the Follow the Bouncing Bass tune. I want to make like a 4 on the floor UK garagey beat. I know for a fact I want to do that so badly. And I talked to Agent Hart about this, and yeah, he seemed on board for sure. It's just that, like, we haven't, like, it's not set in stone yet. What do you mean Crystal Clearer 2? That would be like Crystal Clear 4 then. Because first came Crystal Clear, then Crystal Clear VIP, then Crystal Clear 2, then Crystal Clearer. It's got like USB forum type naming convention. Like USB 3.2 Gen 2x2s. Crystal Clearest. Yes, exactly. Bro, no, it'll be Crystal Clearer 2. What do you mean? Thing is, there's this tune. Tune that I have been working on. Codename Naked Sine Wave. For those of you who are up to date with, who are like caught up with the codenames, codename Naked Sine Wave, right? This one idea that I had since like 2020, and I only just finished like recently. I wanted to get vocals on it, and I initially wanted to get a voc on it. So I reached out to him. And then he said that he's going through like through like a rebrand for this year, and he wants to be more selective about like what types of things, what types of vocal features he takes on, because like to fit his brand more, right? And just that one just was not it. So he turned it down. But no worries, because I have another vocalist. I have enlisted the help of another vocalist who is a certain Twitch streamer who you might know from a place called Portugal. Just saying. Oh, the bass! It's always the bass. What do you mean, Miss Lina's not from Portugal? She's like so unapologetically British that she could not possibly be from Portugal. That explains everything. Cora is also not from Portugal. Last I checked, she is Puerto Rican. So. Man. Why are the super sauce so tame here? I gotta revisit that. See, dude, this is like 80 Yap 20 produce. What am I doing? I mean, you guys are entertained at least, right? Like that's what matters first and foremost. Amogus. Tiago on a modus song. Ding ding ding. The vocal mix is finished, by the way. I have already finished that tune, including the vocal mix. You know when I just told you, Zelokil, that I have better ones? Well, not like better. I have like more like beautiful ones, like catchier ones. Cause like all of these songs are like just as good, but some have like stronger feelings than others. Like some evoke stronger emotions than others. It's the Tiago one, the more beautiful one. Just wait. Where is the filter on that? So like I have a filter here, but that's not. So I have a tour over here. Okay, that's full. But then I have something like a volume moderation or something? Sauce filter. Okay. So this must be linked to the serum patch itself, right? Look, it would be nice if I could just like double click this and it would take me to the plugin that this is being automated from. So instead of bringing up the like link to controller window, so when I double click this is what shows up. When I double click here, this is what shows up, right? What if instead I double clicked and it took me to the plugin? Locate target link parameter. There is a button for that. Whoa! Pandora's box just opened. Holy shit! There is a button for that. It's this little thing, locate target link parameter. Oh, that's sick. That's so much guesswork. I just no longer is gone. It's gone. There it is. This is the one. Oh, and this is automated through this macro. Okay, so there is. I found the button. Have you listened to the Super Mario Galaxy soundtrack? I've played the game. I've played both games. I have listened to the soundtrack like a generous amount of time during my playthroughs of both games. There's a button for... Yes, dude. Yes. and it's so good. I was gonna write a 5-line paragraph, but you figured it out. Okay. Have you tried Delay by Integratio? Okay. I got a DM from Skyrate. I think it was yesterday. They recommended this plugin called Sala, right? Force Sala. Yeah, it's like a reverb plugin, right? And what I told them is basically, thing is, I found my equilibrium tool-wise by now. Anything new either really impresses me or I'm back to my good old stuff. So like, the set of tools I have, I'm completely happy with, and it's good. And like adding new tools to that, the new tool has to be like really impressive, right? Because otherwise, it's just not worth it. Like I can just be more productive by using my existing tool set, which I'm already super knowledgeable with, and it's just I've found my plugin, my ideal plugin list, right? And I'm just working with that. Did someone say Sala? I love Sala. Yeah, but I love Torovert more. Sorry. I beat Perfect Run in 3 attempts. Damn. It definitely took more than 3 attempts for me. Delay is the best delay plugin I've ever used. Shout out to Chime for introducing it to me. I go with Haze for reverb and Delay for delay. I just use Delay 3 for delay. It's very customizable. It's just, there's so many little things that it can do. Sure, it's not like a very novelty thing. It's a more or less like pretty standard delay. But I don't really need like novelty reverbs. Novelty delays, sorry. Maybe delay is absolutely fucking great, and but yeah, this is something tells me there's like, cause the it's this, okay. Let's undo this. Okay, that's what was causing the like weird snap in the supersauce. And I gotta do those chords as well. Gotta build the chords. No, nada. Okay, let's just do that. Oh, what song is taking you the longest time to make, and what song you enjoyed making the least? Making the least, huh? So like a song that felt like a chore to make, huh? Damn. Songs that felt like a chore to make. I'm gonna have to think about that, because I don't have like a clear, because I tend to always have a lot of fun with my tracks. Just maybe like if, like even if it's like someone asks me to do it. So like say, like what happened with Reconnect, that was initially like a sync deal, right? So Involved Publishing, which is I think the like parent company to Ophelia, they reached out to me. They were like, "Hey, we want like a track for like a potential sync placement, this and that." Uh, and they had like a prompt, and that's where Reconnect came from, right? So that's why it sounds a little more different than other Modus tracks, because I was trying to follow that prompt, but then even while following that, so like it's not something that came out of me to do that track. I was asked to do that, but even then, dude, Reconnect was so fun, because like initially, yeah, like I struggled a little bit with like finding a way to weave the Modus style into that prompt, right? But once we did that, like once I did that, and it was it was just so sick. But yeah, it's gonna be really hard for me to find a track that felt like a chore to make. Maybe the earlier NYPs. Yeah, the earlier NYPs. I think I'm gonna go for New Year Protocol 2. It was the kind of thing where I didn't really know for sure the direction that New Year Protocol was going to take. So it was still in those in like those early steps of figuring out, okay, what am I going to do with the series, right? And like initially, it was just supposed to be like a New Year celebration type thing, like Happy New Year type song. That's why the New Year is in New Year Protocol, right? So then I just didn't change it, but I could have just changed it to Protocol, right? And it would have like had the same meaning. But New Year Protocol. New Year Protocol 2 was in that weird middle ground where it was just like, okay, I'm gonna do another New Year track because of like for the shits and giggles, and then it just turned out like a rehash of 1, and I'm not particularly proud of 2. Like 2 almost had the F word. 2 almost had the F word as part of as part of the pre-drop vocal. And so instead of "Come on, this is the future," it initially said, "Come on, this is the fucking future." I don't know what part of me thought that was a good idea, but then again, we're talking 2017, so it's 16-year-old me, you know. It was, yeah, no, this is actually true. Okay, I'm not joking. I'm not making this up. I probably have a version of the AYP2 pre-drop that still says that. This is the future. This is the future. Original. This is the fucking future. I think I have it here. I think this is it. Yeah, okay, so I don't have the vocoded version, or do I? I actually have it. I found the Vocodex version of "Come On, This Is the Fucking Future." And actually, it's in D, because initially I wanted to do NYP2 in D, but then I just switched it back up to E. And then many years later in 8, I actually got to do the like D minor thing. So, but yeah, it all started with 2. I originally wanted 2 to be in D minor, but then I decided against that. But then in 8, I did do it. And it was pretty fun. But so this is Resonic. We don't need to actually show it. Okay, it's just as long as it's to the side, and you just have the audio capture there. Get ready.
Come on, this is the fucking future. Come on, this is the fucking future.
Yep, there it is. That's the one. At some point, that was in NYP2. Exclusive Modus moment, yeah. Some part of me thought that was a good idea, and I'm glad. I'm happy for myself that I reconsidered. Because if I didn't have that that like angel demon situation where it's just like use it, bro, Paul, what the fuck are you doing? Use it, Paul. Like really, like if I hadn't listened to the angel in my shoulder, things would have gone very differently for New Year Protocol. I was expecting something more angry. No, I used TTS back in the day, and I used a different like text to speech to what I ended up using later. So it wasn't as NYP esque. It was a little more generic, and also I used to do all of my voices with TTS. For the more recent NYPs, I switched to doing voiceover myself, except for the humans, which is ironic. They're still the only ones that use text to speech. So the humans are the only ones that use a machine voice, and all of the machines use human voices. It's pretty ironic. I was expecting which song took the longest time to make? Work on project hours. I can think of a couple ones that took a lot of work. Codename Zim is Jealous. The one that was like underwater theme type thing. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, like you guys know the name, right? Just, it used to be on like the Took a Machine stream. The Final Frontier, right? That song, right? The humans are TTS. Yes, the TTS. So the Final Frontier, that took quite a long time. By the way, if any of you like weren't there on the Token Machine stream where I sent that track, I guess title reveal, codename Zimichelis, is called The Final Frontier. But like I'm really proud of that song title, by the way, The Final Frontier. It's just really, it's got a lot of punch. But yeah, it's just that one took quite a long time. But like if I had to say time wise, technically it's codename Naked Soundwave. So the one with Tiago on the vocals took definitely the longest time, not because it was hard, but because I started the song all the way back in like May of 2020, right? And the like first drop, the first half of the first drop is 6 years old at this point. Okay. Now, I have revisited the mix multiple times, so like just it used to sound a lot different, like mixing wise. But the like composition for the first drop, first half of that song is 6 years old by now. Right? It's just that once I did that first drop, I didn't really know how to finish the song. So I just left it there and it stuck around for years. And only recently, like last year, is when I really like picked it up again and was like, okay, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to finish this tune once and for all, right? So, in reality, it wasn't that the song took 6 years. It's just that I did one bit of work, like initially, and then I just sat on it for years and then came back to it, right? But very rarely have I sat on a song, like, in the same state, unreleased for years. When I do that, I just feel inclined to just remake it. So what happened with Visionary, for example? Visionary, the call-out with Skybreak and Miss Lena. That one. The one with the blues battle, okay? In the breakdown with the like piano like duel. That song originally was a solo dubstep track. So I made that on my own as a dubstep track back in 2017. Like some of the like most of the ideas from Visionary are from a solo dubstep track I made in 2017 called Visionary. And I finished that song all the way back then. And then I sat on it for years because I just like couldn't find the right release window. Like things just like didn't quite work out. And then I was trying to like get it on some label, and then they would like turn it down, right? So I think it was 2020, middle of the pandemic, and I was like, okay, what do I do about this? Because the song's been stuck in this finished state for 3 years, but now it sounds really dated. Like, you listen to what I was putting out in 2020 and 2017, and granted, 2020 modus mixing wasn't perfect, but 2017 modus mixing was worse than that. So I couldn't really put that out without raising some eyebrows. Like, whoa, what the fuck? This is like this, like he just put out something that like sat on his vault for 3 years. I know there are people that do that. That just doesn't sit right with me. I want what I release to feel like contemporary to the time that I'm putting it out, right? So if I'm putting out in 2020, I want it to sound consistent with my other 2020 mixes. But at that point, I was just like, not even just the mixing, but some of the compositional choices I used to make in 2017 just weren't fitting, just didn't fit for 2020 modus anymore. So at that point, I was like, okay, I have to remake this. I have to rebuild this from the ground up. So I started doing that, and then with the new Visionary, so this is like 2020. For the new Visionary, that's when like halfway through I enlisted Skybreak's help, and then Messina got on the vocals. But yeah, like Visionary also took quite a long time, but again, it's like on a technicality, right? So like work hours, like project hour time, I couldn't tell you, but it has to be one of the New Year protocols because they're the longest, like most technically involved tracks, right? And like Post NYP has a lot of really involved tracks. It's just that none of them hit the 9-minute mark like the like NYP does, right? They're shorter, so like they're long. They're just not New Year Protocol long, right? The last New Year Protocol would make sense to be the most time consuming. Honestly, I think 9 took longer than 10 because 9 had way more like movements and fast-paced things and tons of time signature changes. It was much harder to get the orchestra to sound true to life in NYP9 than it was in 10, because like doing all of these fast-paced movements was really tough on libraries that they all sound like very static, right? They just have like one articulation for that sound, and you can't change the timbre of that, right? So it just became a game of, I think doing 9 made it easier to figure out 10 in some ways. Yeah, for sure, that helped. But 10 also just wasn't as compositionally demanding in a way. The more you do it, the quicker you're at it. Yeah, but that's not all of the reason. 10 was simpler in songwriting. Like that's what, 4 or 5 notes, and then NYP9 had this crazy long dun 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 dun, and then just like all sorts of really fast movements, just all sorts of crazy shit going on. And then 10 was like more relaxed, right? More like 9 was final boss type shit. 10 was we beat the game. 10 was like the epilogue, basically, right? It was like the goodbye track, which usually is a little more relaxed. I think that was a callback to NYP8. Okay, so the like every motif in NYP is connected in some way to another NYP. Okay, there are like if we talk about callbacks, I could be here all stream talking about just callbacks, okay? But I'm going to give you a few. The na 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 na, that was at the very end. So on NYP 10, the final main motif of New Year Protocol, which is that, had been teased for years before that. The first time it appeared was in the Countdown ARG Chapter 2 on the final 3-minute countdown. There's a brass motif that does exactly that. Dun, 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 right? It does that. Here. Countdown ARG Chapter 2, Final 3. It's a choir first, and then the brass shows up. So 4 years before NYP10, I'm already teasing the end of NYP, right? There's tons of other. Well, the piano section in NYP10 is callback galore. It's full of callbacks to all the NYPs basically. But there's so many. There's also this one from the Countdown ARG4. The na 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 na. So much high end. And then here. Na, 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 na. Right? That is also in a couple NYPs. Yeah, it's just cool. I fear for the day NYP gets resurrected by someone. Why do you fear it? What have you to fear? The protocol? My favorite part of NYP10 was when the human said it's human in time and human all over the place. Can we potentially save this topic? We have talked about this topic extensively on the Friday show before. In fact, I have an entire like project breakdown type video where it's not really a project breakdown, but it's more like a songwriting breakdown in general of NYP, like all of the callback motifs. I think it's called New Year Protocol, or How to Blow the Audience's Mind, or something like that. Long-term storytelling, or How to Blow People's Minds. I think that video doesn't get watched as often. It's not as popular of a video as I think it should, because I explain a lot of things here. So this was off the back of New Year Protocol 9, like just coming out. So NYP10 wasn't out yet because it was still in the works at that point. But a lot of the stuff that I talked about there still applies today. I literally watched that video yesterday. Let's go. Someone has done their homework. The VFX of NYP9, for sure. It's just that in the VFX breakdown, I don't talk about the music side of things. So, yeah. I think that was the three notes that happened. Oh yeah, the dun 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 dun. Yeah, that is a callback from New Year Protocol 8. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. So many saved like snippets. Bum 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 bum, and again bum bum bum. Yeah, and then in the ending as well. And then that is reprised at the very end of NYP9 for the coda. Every time. Yeah, it's just a really badass evil theme. And just the bassier that is, the nastier that feels. And it's just very akin to the protocol. It's very befitting of a character like the protocol. It's simple, it's two notes. Right? So it's like very it speaks to the mathematical precision, very optimized nature of the protocol being a rogue AI. It wants to keep things under control, and the best way to keep things under control is just keep things simple. That's it, right? So it's so like the songwriting, the approach to the like composition of the song speaks to the characters as well, which is, I think, really important for like if you want to do storytelling, if you want to develop characters with just music, the music you write has to reflect the nature of those characters, right? So yeah, Tuesday chill stream. Look, guys, can we get to Meganova now? Can we get to Mega Nova already? What's this? Oh. Maybe this should be what the what this phrase does. Maybe I should do it with both pizzicatos and string rungs, because, like, who cares? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so I should do the chords with staccato. But this. Da, 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 da. I have no CC1 here, okay? So I have to have this a little early. Yeah, so it times a little better because the attack on this tends to be a little long. 2 chill streams this week. Chill. Oh. Okay, now I need to remove the reverb from this. All of that reverb has to go. So the section gets drier and drier. Piano has a massive reverb that has to go. Dun 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 dum bum bum bum. That delay also has to go. That. There you go. How about I delay this? Boom. Not too punchy. Or rather, have it here, but then extend this note. There you go. So it lingers longer than the others. And then I can have a little like bass sweep. Boom, boom. Okay, how about the sitar now? Oh, this also has reverb. And then just bring this back up for the sake of, you know, in case I use the music box again for some reason. I probably won't. Still. Just to make sure it doesn't accidentally get muted for the rest of the song, and then I'm like crazy, like looking for it. Cool. I'm just looking for the sitar here. Hold it. I'm starting to train my chest voice a little bit. I can go all the way down to G now, which is pretty cool. Oh. And down. I heard a little glide on the sitar. Maybe it's because of the high velocity. I think this sitar library has a thing where the high velocities have a glide. I might have to revisit that. Yep. See that? What if I just don't do the sitar here? And then I do a different instrument. Like I fade in a new instrument here. I was thinking like maybe trumpets, but I don't know, man. What instrument should we have here? I accept suggestions from chat. For a new melody line. Boom. No? Orchestra, let me see. Flute. Flute was also my first, like the first thing that came to mind. I don't know. Maybe not this trumpet. Maybe a flute and trumpet combo. Triangle wave with a flute. Why triangle wave though? I'm inclined to like just do flute. Pizzicato cello playing on arpeggio or something. No, the melody line I know is dun 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 dun. I just want to find the right instrument for that. Oh, how about a choir? Because we're off the back of the community choir. So why not have a response that's another choir? We try that. So do we have the children choir here, but it's only got legato, it doesn't have staccatos. Choir. Staccato. Staccato shouts. Female choir with reverb on it, but it's only wet but no dry. But I want it to be like a very snappy thing. I mean, could work. With a flute. I mean, let's try it. Let's just try it. Let me adjust this round robin. I don't want the hoo ha hoo to be a thing. Okay, just that second one. How is that an F? That's not an F, bro. That's not an F. My dude. My dudette. Hi, Opal. These are viciously off tune. Also, I can't hear that. Dude! But it doesn't fit the... Dude, I had the best idea, and then I realized that that's not gonna work. Because the accenting of the melody doesn't fit. I thought of the choir singing, Mega Nova, right? But then the way that the melody ends on a high, it lands on the ga of Mega Nova. Mega Nova. I mean, let's try it nonetheless, because I really want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see for myself if it works. And then if it doesn't work, then okay, I'll like for sure like shelve that idea. But I want to road up to... Let's try the ethnic one. I think it was this one, Syllable Builder. Come on. I should have breathed for that. Oh, it opened. Okay. There is no Mega Nova in here. Sorry, these are all the syllables I've got to work with. Let's just try that. Make all of them staccato. By the way, there is no way to do like multiple select, make them all staccato at once. You have to go one by one, making them staccato, which is kind of boring, but hey. That's going in out of context, is it? Where is it? Oh, it has to start there. Man, can't I just set this to be the like first note? Fucking, where was the MIDI CC to reset the syllable? What was it? Auto reset to last key switch. No, but what was it? I have to find out what the MIDI CC value for resetting the whole thing was. That or just bounce it, which I might be inclined to do. Do you want a choir of yo-yo singing this melody? Bigfoot included? No, because I want the... I want it to be a response to the community chant. So if the response to the community chant is another community chant, it's not as impactful. So I want it to be something else. Okay, let's record that. I mean, if you could solo that instrument, that'd be nice. You know, that solo took a very long time. Can't you just... Okay, we've just reset it. Let's go now. Sure. Whatever the fuck you just said there. For all I know, that could have said, I just shaped my pants. And no one would have noticed. Oh, man. Oh, and I have to unsolo this. Not loud enough. I mean, it's not terrible, but does it fit the theme of Meganova? Like, does it fit that everything else? Like, does this fit in a song where there's a speak chord drop at the end? Like, you get what I mean, right? Like, I gotta think about that, because we might be, like, spreading the scope of this. Like, we might be casting too wide a net with that thing. So, I'm torn. So, like, in isolation, I like the sound, but part of me thinks it doesn't fit in a drop where everything else has this, like, more dubsteppy vibe. It's not this, how do I say? It's not this New Year Protocol-esque type thing. It's a narrower scope for a song. It's just a fun dubstep thing, right? With a hint of orchestral. But then if I go, like, all deep and, like, philosophical, like, sounds with, like, ethnic choir, like, making you question, like DMT trip type thing. Chameleon managed to fit hardstyle into a trance drop. Yeah, but that's hardstyle and trance. Like, like, those are two genres within the EDM umbrella. But this is orchestral and EDM. They're, like, so far removed, right? And I want this to be more EDM than it is orchestral. Like, yeah, there are hints of orchestral here, right? I just don't want this to turn into, like, an NYP, like, existential type song. It's just a fun little dubstep thing for you to just headbang to, right? And then just having that here, I don't know. I don't know, dude. I mean, like, it works, but in the context of the rest of the song, I don't think it's the most appropriate instrument. Implement a respace. I think I'm gonna just do like a key, like, say, like a keyboard instrument, so piano, like a plucked instrument, you know. In fact, I might just give more protagonism to the strings. But instead of legato strings, let's have them be the staccato ones. I just have to fix the fact that it's so far to the left. I can see a respace working. Yeah, but a respace doing da 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 da. A respace doing a melody. Piano and strings just always works, dude. Now I have to go into the strings channel. Maybe do like a one-time EQ where the left channel, the highs on the left channel get turned down, like this. Left. Oh, that's much more balanced. Yeah. Okay. Left channel, correct. Breakdown. And this is in its on with this position, so it's going to start at 0, so it's going to start without the effect. And then on this gap where there are no strings, let's just fade that EQ in. Yeah? So this bit has the correction in there. Whoa, what happened to the reverb here? Oh, I see. I literally nuked it. There's still what the heck? What the heck, Paul Modus? What the heck, bro? I had I have two automations up for the same thing. Oh no, they're like one is for the piano and the other is for the sauce. Okay, the day is saved. The day is saved. Oh, where I put this now? Where do I put this now? Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I gotta rearrange the hell that is automation hell. Okay, hopefully we're good now. Okay. Have we added a brass yet? I don't think we've added brass yet. Let's just add a fucking French horn ring. That's gonna add so much like strength to this whole thing. We can get rid of that. We didn't use it in the end. Let's get the cylinder brass in here. Hell yeah. 12 horn articulations. Bro, yes. This is the shit. And let's just bounce it. So we'll just have that. We can delete that. Let's add legato. Oh, velocity, everything, yeah. Yes. Oh, with the glides and everything. Ah, that's perfect. That's so cool. Okay, now let's layer in the staccato with that. So we have this secondary one. Okay, we can keep the velocity, and we can. That's short now. Hello? Oh, because it's disabled. Okay. Let's see if we can do a little. I know this will be unnatural, but. Is there no velocity? Like, is there like no velocity adjust for this? Maybe it's because there's a key switch modifier for this. Oh no, it's all just the same velocity. Okay, so the only thing that really changes velocity is CC1, right? Okay, so it's just automate CC1, whatever. So the staccato articulation isn't linked to velocity. That's weird. No matter. Yeah. Just the fastest thing on the planet. There you go. And then we can correct for the volume and everything. Bye, Kuji. Have a good one. That's the thing. Okay, little brother. You go in there. And now we don't even need the library, the contacts anymore. We can just nuke them, including the MediCC one. Doesn't matter. Commit. This is brass end of breakdown. I can't wait for the day I have to break down this project in front of all of you. I can't wait for the time I get to do a project breakdown of whatever the fuck this is. This is my messiest project in quite a while. Oh, it's not linked to anything really. Premium Meganova breakdown. I mean, bro, like, do you guys even need a breakdown? I'm making the entire track and Cyberpack in front of you. Like, I'm making the entire thing in front of you. Like, what more do you want? Clearly, you haven't OTT'd enough. Okay, new upwards. The chorus effect on that, what the heck? Okay. Let's have a look at this. Oh, yeah, because everything is soloed on the channel rack. Well, damn. A little more prominent. That, or we high pass everything, like just, which we're already doing. Okay. Okay, now let's go into the super saws. And let's do a little one-off EQ that's just gonna carve out a bunch of mids. Yeah. Carve mids. Make it so it's off throughout the whole song except this one bit. Okay, it stops there. Let's extend that a little more. Okay, the strings have reverb. I have to basically stop all that. It has to be total silence. Yeah, that has to be total silence. Okay, so actually we can take this. We don't need to insert for the balance. We can just do this with the existing Pro Q. So I'm gonna edit some with that, create an automation. And it's just gonna, this is gonna be our like utility in a way. There you go. There you go. Okay, what else is going on? Okay. We can tame this as well. Or, instead of adding a balance, we can just automate the channel volume. Yeah? Oh no, that's not it. It was here. Yeah. Create animation clip. And then just bring it back up later. Now all I need is the bass sweep, the whoom, to complete the low end there. Because right now it's a little bit flat because it doesn't have a lot of lows, doesn't have a lot of whoom. It doesn't have that end sweep just for that deep bass. We do low B flat. Should we do low B flat? What's everything else I have here? Track 20, okay. Oh, oh, ooh, we cooking. Ooh, oh shit. Yeah, that's how you know it's over, huh? Okay, now I just gotta take away that. There's a little bit of mids there. We'll just slow past this here. Just do that. Oh, crazy. Crazy. Okay, now let's lift the reverb a little bit and then bring it immediately back down. So we get like a little like sweep, but then it's not. There you go. So we got a little bit of noise. There's still something there. I think it might be the piano. Yeah, it's the piano. So we still have to volume automate that out. Da dum. Dun da dun. There you go. Nice. And now we got the little but I think I'm gonna get to the cooldown first because it was the first thing we were gonna do, and then we just yapped. We just yapped instead. So I'm gonna go for a short bathroom break, and then we'll get to this cooldown impact, right? So humor me. Will I hit the corner? There, found it. Alright, we back. But it's the humans now. Oh boy. Hello, we are the humans. Welcome back to Tuesday Tunes. And why I've got this new like call singing voice is beyond me. But Paul, you got something to say about that? Yes, I gave you that voice. All right. Let's go. Nah. Okay, we need something else. Last week we made a new impact for this, right? Pretty sure that there was an impact here. think it might have been that. And then I'll layer the sub drop with that. Yeah, we want to do something along those lines. Pull down impact, high pass. Oh, so has to go here. So a couple things are going to happen here. It's going to be a filter. And this little peak bell is going to go down immediately after this kick hit. After this. So this goes back down to 0. 0.5, I think it is. There you go. So the kick is a little thumpier. And then I'm going to have this filter high pass the impact to around here. Just enough so that the sub drop from the other layer can take that spot. There you go. Now we need some reverbed, atmospheric ass bass drone things. So my mind goes back to the Xylem Power Pack, and in this there's some tonal impacts that I think are really sick. I think it's impact tonal. We need something like that. Not that. That's also pretty cool. Whoa! That's sick. Yeah, we need something like this. Shout out Poland. Poland is now belong to us. Hey, Ancient Observer, hello. So yeah, I'm just gonna take a bunch of the bases I've bounced for Meganova, which I have so many others in my sliced audio folder, which I haven't exported yet here. So maybe I should be doing that. And let's just reverb the fuck out of them and see what kind of sick tails we get. So let's go to the playground here, which is our like dirty little canvas. Let me take that. Let me take the end of that. Okay, maybe not reversed. Let's just take that. Because it has that clean bass. That's a little too dirty. It could be nice, that first hit. Let's take that. This is good. Yeah, that's just NYPA. These are NYPA samples that are going to be in the pack. Use them however you want. Just maybe don't use it as is, because you're basically going to be making NYPA. Yeah, like I'm giving you like a couple of snippets from YP8, so you can just reach up and just adjust in whatever ways you see fit. This is probably gonna be the heart of this. Now let's look at my sliced audio folder, shall we? Open. I'm gonna look at this through Resonic. So you guys are gonna hear it, just maybe not see it. Okay, I gotta be very careful because my sliced audio folder is full of stuff that you guys are not supposed to see. So I gotta be very careful with what I do here. This is okay. Okay, so far so good. Let me get that out of the picture. And now we just... Okay, now let's sort by modified date. Yes, this is all vocal work. The thing we sense. Oh yeah, this is just me recording. Clean Tom Phils. No. Vocals. This is also vocals. Bone. Oh. That's a good one. That's a good one. This is definitely going in the pack. Meow. Oh. Yeah. That's definitely going in the bag. Yeah, it's like Transformer sounds. Oh, the grind line stuff. We used to do that. But it's not quite tonal to F. That's cool, but it's not the kind of sound that I want for this. Okay, what else we got? We could use this. We could use this as a tonal layer for that. Okay, we're definitely using that. Okay, replacing that. This is all making all this stuff. Boom. Countdown stuff. I think I used this in the intro, so maybe we can reverb it out a bunch and use that as well. Wow, we already have reverb bass at home. Okay. Okay. We need a new name for this one. We need a new name. Oh. Oh. Oh, that one's sick. Oh. That's cycles, I think, so yeah. More Meganova stuff. Oh, it's so loud. Okay. This is the entire drop bounced, huh? More mechanical stuff. I don't remember doing this. It's kind of like I'm driving my voice into into like a huge chain. That's just me. It definitely was on a stream because it was at like nearly. It was around this time of day. Man. That could be a nice tone in there. Woo! No, stop. Okay, we gotta put all of this. All of this has to go in some channel. I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. Imagine that, but total verbed. Holy crap! Just that amalgam of sounds. Believe it. Okay, so I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to select unused. Come on, autosave. I can wait for you there. Okay, all of these amalgus. That was mildly funny. I'm gonna give you only that. That was mildly funny, only. Yep. Okay, now. Rejoice. Rejoice. Oh. Okay. Oh. Damn. Okay, I need to make this less. There's like too many high-pitched things. This I'm not gonna use. This I only need one of the string hits. That's great. What's this? Oh yeah. I'm gonna turn this down. What's this though? Oh, it's just delay hits, okay. Alright, Geotree, see you around. This is also gonna go down. It's pretty atonal. I like that. Ooh. Oh. Yo. Okay. Now we need a drone, but like a more static. That. Then just put this in here. Damn. Damn. And then what else we got? Just out of curiosity. So let's imagine this has to be 4 bars, right? The cooldown was 4 bars, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it has to stop here. If I pitch it up instead of down. What if I frequency shift it or like I ring mod it? Oh. Okay, but now I have to bypass that because of the ring mod. It's keeps things a little dirty down there. So just after this goes there, it goes to reverb. Nice. That's one cool sweep. Okay, and now I want to try. I want to try a new trick that I found out about when I was giving Jared some source material for the reel that we posted yesterday, the like 2 billion BPM thing. I had to record a little demonstration for him on how when you play kicks fast enough, it becomes a tone instead of just like kicks, right? It turns out this knob here, the time stretching multiplier in FL Studio, when you tweak it around on just kicks, something very strange start to happen. You get all these crazy like supercomputer type glitches. It's just weird. I gotta show it to you. But let's record this first. That's big. That's really big. I'm gonna keep the whole thing and then just cut the one, and then just cut this for the song, but not for the sample pack. I'm gonna keep that bit for the sample pack. Trim site noise. It's just. I'm gonna actually. No, not. Was it Shift Alt F, or Control F? That was Control F. Okay, stops here. Alt F here. This is normalize. That's good. That's good shit for the pack. Give me a minute so I can lock it in. A pad. Downward motion 1 F minor. Okay. And then for the supercomputer glitches, okay? So I have... The other day I made this sample called kicks.wave. Let me see if I can rescue it. I think I might have got rid of it. I might have gotten rid of it, yeah. But we can do it again. It's really easy. Do I have it here so I can recover it on the recycle bin? It is not on the recycle bin. Okay. No matter. We need just a bunch of kicks. We just need to export a bunch of kicks. It's just one sample. So let's do that. Let's... I think it was Meganova Kick 1 that I did for this. So I just take that. I'm about to blow your mind, okay? I'm about to blow your mind. So we just replicate this kick a bunch of times, right? Bunch of times. Lots of times. Many, 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 many times. Don't need to make it big though. Like that, but then multiple times over. Like that. Just make a long ass file. Yeah? And we export this. I'm gonna hit consolidate, time selection. We don't need it to be 32-bit float, 16-bit will do. Cut remainder, and okay. So I can just show you the thing here, rendering 2, and there you go. Okay, so just, that's exporting. And it's 2 minutes and 14 seconds of just kicks. Okay, so that's gonna take a minute. And once I'm done with that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna time stretch it to such a degree that it basically becomes hypertone. And then once I got it to that degree, then you fiddle around with the time multiplier knob, and you get crazy like glitches with that. Okay, I have this. It's now just a bunch of kicks. Now watch this. Watch what happens, okay? Okay, that's part of it, right? But then if I go like this, it's hypertone now. Beautiful. And now, you see that? At that point, it becomes so aliased. Now it's basically just glitches. You see that? You see that? It's great. And you just make all sorts of like computer glitches with that. It's especially down here. See that? So the thing becomes really unstable. Like there's a lot of CPU usage. See that? Oh shit. Look at that. It's just garbage now. It's just hot fucking garbage. You see, by fiddling with this, I think we have reached the extent, the full extent of what we can do with this sample, at least. I can imagine if you have different source samples, chances are you can get a slightly different sound. So feel free to try out all sorts of like different source sounds for this. There were a couple ones towards the end that I really liked. That one. That one's really cool. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. That one's also really cool. This one almost sounds like the start of the Sonic the Hedgehog ring sound. Na na na. Na na na. Right? Okay. Hey, we got like a computer click sound. When you click on dialogue to skip or something like that. And then we got like buzzer sounds for when something goes wrong in the on the mainframe. This is so cool. You see that? And now we just have to tame that because it's very bright. It's very uncomfortable to the ear. So now we just low pass a bit. Toraver 1 enjoyer. Dude, I would marry Toraver 1 if I could. See, there's that. We can't have that. But, bro, that's really cool. Just, brother. See that? It's just great. What if we add some all pass face to this? What if we add multiband delay to this? Whoa! Exotic! Bro. Bro. This is fun. Okay. Alright, the next... What is it? The next Code Lyoko supercomputer is gonna have these sounds. Okay, I'm gonna take the disperser away for the purposes of recording the sound for the pack. Okay. Ah, damn it. Okay. Just that. Select the whole thing. I'm gonna do amp. I'm gonna turn this up a few dB. 4 dB. How about that? Yeah, let's have that as like a sample. As an effects sample, just called glitches and shit. Stuff like that. FX. The mainframe. Yeah, just call it for what it is. Just call it for what it is. Computer glitches. Computer glitches. Hello, modus. Hi, RG Genius. Hello. Look what we just did. Computer glitches is your Windows has a virus now. We did this with the least conventional trick, which is you record a bunch of kicks, you speed them up so much that it becomes a tone, you speed them up even more so it becomes like hypertone, and then you fiddle with this knob called the time stretch multiplier and this, and then with these two knobs, and you get this. Because there's so much aliasing happening all the way up there. It just bleeds into the audible range, and you get this shit. Have an iMac. Which iMac? Is it like a Like Apple Silicon, or are you on the still on the Intel ones? Uh, mm-hmm. I fully intend to use the glitches here. Okay, it was Megapad. I gotta make more like that. Feel like this is gonna this can sorry, this can turn into a great tool for like saving time whenever I need like reverb drones. Just yeah. Wish I had FL Studio, but I have GarageBand. All the more power to you. Use whatever DAW works for you. Man, brother, that's good shit. If you remember the Supersaw tutorials, I don't have any Supersaw tutorials of my own. Is vital and it actually helped. Let's go, dude. Just if at some point in a stream of my, because I haven't like turned that into like an individual video, but if at any point in my streams I've taught you how to do supersaws and it's helped you, like fucking Godspeed to you. Nice. Now, spreader. Don't spread anything. No. Ooh. Nice. I'm going to use the one and only one and only one and online utility. That was I wasn't I wasn't intending on that. That was definitely completely unintended. The protocol cry sound? If the protocol was a Pokemon, it would have this cry. This is like when you get the protocol as a wild Pokemon. This is what like what plays on your like GBA. Dude, what this reminds me of? Do you guys know about the like PlayStation 1 like the like startup screens, but they're messed up because they're corrupted? What's it called? Like Perfect Harmony, or what was that called? That was something. PS1 Harmony, Fearful Harmony. There, yeah, Fearful Harmony. Startup error. Yeah, Fearful Harmony. This kind of reminds me of the Fearful Harmony thing. Okay, so now take that. This is the cooldown impact high pass. No, not this. This is what I'm after. Yeah, just take away the high pass progressively. Okay. Okay. Now, where are the glitches? Computer glitches. No, not this. This is not routed here. It's gonna go here. And this goes to instruments, no effects. Same goes here. This goes to instruments. Fill superhuman top. Okay. Yeah, putting it all together made it even better. Yeah. I mean, that's the game. Layering. Mm. Yeah. I think that's gonna be the play. Fun. Let's try that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I need to hear. I need to find the right value that turns this into an E flat. That, or turn all of this into a G sharp. I just need to fade in a secondary and prism. And down. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's do that. Dun dun ding dun. Because it's a very tiny nod. My intention with this is to do a very tiny nod to Supernova. Supernova. Super bow. Ba da da da. You know? Yeah. That super. That's kind of what I wanted to reprise here. Ninda. Just the tiniest thing. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Super. Maybe I can fade in the choir from the first build-up. This. Let's try doing that. Oh, based choice. Based choice. based choice right there. Yeah, it like really encapsulates all of the like dramatic the like drama of this. And then that sets up the fact that there's a choir, which is us. But yeah, it's like choir leads into the community chants. So like voice leads to voice, you know? Vocal leads to vocal. Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy good. Okay. The drone really makes this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can we slip in the supernova vocal somehow? Supernova. Mm-mm. Oh, the supernova. Yeah, it's just from the supernova demo track from 2020. Because this is Meganova. This is the next sample pack. We're doing the demo track for the next sample pack. So anything we use has to be within the sample packs. That includes drums, hats, anything you can think of. Ding-a-ding. Oh, nice. Mm-mm. Ding-a-ding, dig-a-dig-a-dig-a-dig-a-ding. Okay. We've got that. Oh, sound like duper, super duper nova. I mean, yeah, because we're gonna combine it with the glitches. So, in context, like that. Ding dong ding dong, dong ding ding dong. Dun ding dun dun. Oh hey, how about that? How about that? Ding dong dong. How about that? Ding dong ding. Bonus points if I pan this from side to side. Ding, ding, dun, ding. Do that. Oh, not volume. It's panning. I'm too used to automating volume, huh? Dun, ding, dun, dun. So this is stairs. No, it's pulse. I think it's pulse. Yeah. There you go. Dun, ding, dun, dun. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, just like that is what it says. Just like that. I get rid of this reverse crash. It's pretty cool. Just like that. Still need more top end here. Okay, yeah, this I'm gonna do a little bit of automation to this. Just like that. Just like that. Maybe what I need is just boomier sub. Like that. Okay. Now, what sub drops do I have in here? I think I have one called Abyss. Abyss sub drop, yeah. This one's from NYP5, I think, or I first did this with NYP5, but then I never put it in any sample pack. So first super aluminum and super neoluminum. Oh, meaty. Meaty. Meaty that. Me likey. Wow, that took a while. That took a while, but we made a killer impact, huh? Let's go. Dun 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 dun. Not much of a difference. Some things have disappeared a little bit from here, I think. Let me revisit this. Does this not have the changes from last week? where I changed this automation. No. Made it much more exciting than this. Somehow that wasn't. Somehow Palpatine has returned. Let me test it against something else. Oh. Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Why not both? Like both of the Switch ones, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, both were madness. Those were my first like proper Zeldas, by the way. I had like dabbled in Zelda games, but I never really played a full Zelda game like front to back until Breath of the Wild. It was mad. I was hooked. I come on stream for the first time today and immediately get hit with this banger. Aha. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna turn now peak. Not the mix though. This mix is gonna be a fucking nightmare to fix. It's rough. Things are rough. The first drop is quieter than everything else. It's it's kind of comedic. It's like the opposite of what it should be. I'm gonna have to do quite a lot of fixing to get this mix to be peak, to be as peak as the song. But yeah. Just use your own advice of turning on. Yeah, but it's not because of the limiter that everything else is. It's just the drop one. The first drop was composed just quieter, like every layer, and it's a systemic issue. It's not a limiter issue. It's something I'm going to have to fix later with a limiter turning up the gain on the first drop. It's a systemic issue. Brass needs to go and it needs to come out more. I mean, come on, it's a fucking brass. It has to be on top of everything. The brass just has to lead the pack. Yeah, that's more like it. Also, it's pan to the left. Thank you. Still to the right. That's more like it. Another layer for the brass with quiet trumpets. But I don't want to make it too euphoric. But I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it just in case. Yes, there is indeed a sitar in there. There it is. Good ear. All right, so trumpets, you say. Best trumpets I have, brass ensemble. Some of the coolest trumpets I have. Okay, I admit you might be onto something. Okay, let's hone in on this. It's like the beginning of the... Yeah, because like desert worlds, for some reason, you see sand, immediately it's sitar. Sitar and like Indian instruments, just desert for Mario games. How is there already like decoration note in there? Are you hearing that? What the? So it's like that note has a glitch, but that glitch just so happens to be exactly what I want. See that? It has a little like fluctuation to it, but it's exactly what I want. What the heck? What? The trumpets of the paid actor. It's doing exactly what I want. Out right out the box. What the heck? Okay, now with no velocity, with a different velocity, the sample changes, but I can still do this. See? Done did it to him. See that? Okay, now, what was the key switch for staccato? D sharp 0. So in this case, I think it's a couple octaves up, so it's this one. It's D sharp 2. Got it. For some reason, Contact's MIDI system and FLs is offset by like 2 octaves. Maybe it's because of this. Maybe if I remap Central C to somewhere else, to like 2 octaves up or 2 octaves down, maybe I can get them to align, but I don't really mind it. The staccato is too staccato. Yeah, just bounce that. And then just shorten it with fades, if need be. Do staccato only for the last note. But I can do it myself with just fades. I can just do this and then boom, staccato. See? Where's this go? 245. Okay. Where's the brass? Oh. Why? Nice. Thanks for the suggestion. This is what I usually do on the more cinematic songs, but I thought against doing that at first here, but you're right. That has to be a thing. We have this thing where the high end comes in later. No. Even if it sounds unnatural, like in isolation, you won't notice in context. Why is there a pop though? Still don't like how the high end comes in later because of the attack. What if I make this unique? Add a mod X here. There's less high end. There you go. There is already a Reese. It's just maybe not loud enough. Decidedly not loud enough. Do I have an automation for this? Don't think so. So let's just be panel random. Okay. Surely I do somewhere in here. I think I had an automation to adjust the volume at some point. Maybe not. Maybe I just strip in. I don't know. Okay, guess I don't have it. Okay. I do have to make this more mono. Whoop. Do I have no global stereo separation automation? Stereo separation. Letter S. I do not. Huh. Okay. Well, let's change that. Oh. Here. And now, how about we try a spectral gated piano for the. What? Spectral gate the piano? You sorcerer! How dare you! To the fire! Where's the... here. Mega Nova VIP. I don't think there's gonna be a VIP of this one, Chief. It's been hard enough to make to make this one as it is. Plus, it's just for a sample pack, so you can like the stems for this are gonna be in the pack. Like, just go wild, do whatever the fuck you want with this. This is my service to the community. A piano is addictive keys. Yes, addictive keys. My favorite piano player, and the only piano I tolerate for EDM is Addictive Keys. The only EDM, like the only piano that is fit for EDM for me is Addictive Keys. Uh, if I'm writing orchestral, I'll try to use something else. There's a couple really cool libraries in East West Play. So there's a Bosendorfer 290, like Imperial Grand, the one with the extra black keys at the bottom, and then I think there's a Yamaha G7, which I think this is also a Yamaha. I don't know, cause it's just branded. It's just branded Studio Grand, right? It's just branded Studio Grand. I don't know what the piano is, but I think it was a Yamaha. They said, but which Yamaha I don't remember. What about for Arcore? You're asking me as if I'm like the world's top authority on Arcore. What do I know? What would I know? Still have too much attack. Well, modus is the but not the Arcore one. Piano's not it. Let's look for something like, I don't know, flex pluck or something. So we need DMB, so I need something light. I don't know. It's just for I've been using Studio Grand since I bought the like Focusrite Scarlett that gave me the like download code for Studio Grand, which was like at least 8 years ago now. It's I've been using this shit for so many years. Okay. Wow. Great. Just yeah. Okay. About the octave below and a little bit more attack. Just I just need more attack. Hmm. I need something that won't sound like the fucking like Nokia ringtone, like the Arabic ringtone. Oh. Okay. Okay. You got my attention. You got my attention. The minor chords on a bad. Yeah. I just need to find a good instance of. I need to play it several times, record it several times, and find a variation that sounds closest to what I want. That last one was pretty good. There were a couple of other ones that had pretty harmonies. That one. Ah, damn it, Edison. I think it was this one. Let's layer the two. Um. Da-da-da-da. Okay, now drive them through this chain. I just. Oh, it's spectral gated piano. It's earlier. It's here. Okay. Drive this through here and drive this through here. Your Mac is your Mac is overheating by watching a live stream. Apple, it just works. God damn it. Ticka-ticka-dum. Let's see if we can make a new layer there. Oh, oh, just tiny. There you go. Pretty good. Then some sort of filler here on beat 4, and then we move on to second build up. Let's go, dude. I think we did it. I think we did it. I think this is it. My stomach is telling me to go fuck myself because of I haven't had dinner yet. And I think I should go get me some dinner now. But not before we play the whole thing, so you're gonna have to wait, little tummy boy. Okay, let's play this whole thing. Ah. The brass definitely has to be more prominent than the trumpet. I still need... There you go. A little bit more noise. If you export every track group individually, every effect assigned to the track gets carried over to the wave. Yes. The insert effects will be carried. The master effects will also be carried if you, unless you turn off that option in the export window. So you can actually choose whether you want it to export with the insert effects, without the insert effects, with the master effects, without the master effects. That actually sounds more glued. That sounds more integrated because this is just this mono. Okay, full thing. Are you ready for the bouncing bees? We cooked for real. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh yeah, addictive drums. Because I didn't lock that out. It's the most random ass drum fill in there. Okay, one more time.
Super, hyper, ultra.
Go on. Go on. Claro. lot.
Meet modus.
Wow, that there were a lot of Edisons there. To remove.
Meet modus.
Nice. Nice. Love it. I can't believe we're finally done with that section. I can't believe it. Oh my god. Let me revisit this for a moment. That's a little better. We want this to premiere at a concert. I shit you not. If they call me up for Spain dubs again, this is gonna be my closer. This is gonna be my closer because of the second half of the song where it goes all speakcore. It's just like this holy like precipitated ending. It's just gonna be so hype. Why is this automation so long? Fucking get this down here. Automation hell. Nice. Still think the high end on the trumpet, dude. It's just Oh, yeah. Because the brass was getting turned down because of the narrowing, because of the stereo separation going down. So the brass was like getting buried in there. Bomb. That last F, nah, that has to be in there. Cosmic Fluid, I'm about to leave. What can I tell you? What can I say? What can I say to you? I mean, but song's peak though. You gotta like. One more time, sure, why not? Oh, this is a great moment. mix is rough, dude. Jesus Christ. It's gonna be so much cleaner. Okay. Pure silence. Okay. Just building up to drum and bass. Man, gonna vibe just like that. There you go. The big thing is horseshit. Look at the tempo! This is horseshit. Nah, I haven't even replaced the Prado snare. This is gonna be a big ending. Just you know, 3 kicks, lots of glitches on the third, and just the song ends there, like a very precipitated ending. Bro, we dying. Okay, guys, thank you all so much for joining us. Stick around until the very end of this production stream. We'll see each other again on Friday, March 13th, 2026. Okay, 10 p.m. Central European time, whenever that is for you. So, like 45 minutes ago, we would have started. So, if this was a Friday, we would have started the stream 45 minutes ago. Okay, just whatever your time zone was there. You get a bonk and a snare. Okay, and then and then Saturday, March 14th, 2026, we back. We gaming with left feedbacks. I expect to see at least 3 trillion of you out there, including the Earthlings, the Martians, the Martians, the Martians, the Neptunians, the Jupiterians, and the like Kuiper Beltians. Okay, I expect to see all of you there. All of you sending me tunes for feedback. Okay. Yeah. Until then, I've been Paul A.K. Modus. Have a great rest of your night and week until we see each other on Friday. Then we can yap about New Year Protocol all you want. Okay. Just make sure to be there on Friday if you want me to yap about New Year Protocol. Okay. Do you think I have a chance at getting mine reviewed again? If it's an update to the song you sent before, and yeah, you just have to be there and submit, right? Yeah. I've been Paul A.K. Modus. Have a great rest of your night and weekend. And as always, weekend? Just, yeah. That tells you where I'm at. That tells you where my brain is right now. My brain wants it to be the weekend desperately. As always, until next time.